Mr. President, we would like to introduce you to a suite of construction technologies that will make it possible to build the first small cities within 3 years and completely solve Russia's housing problem in 7 to 10 years. Right now, the situation in terms of providing homes to Russian citizens is significantly better than it was several years ago. However, according to Rostat's data, 60% of Russian families are still in need of improvements to their living conditions. A significant portion of available homes do not meet modern standards and requirements for a decent quality of life. Moreover, 300 million square meters of living space are entirely unfit for human habitation. In order to solve this problem, we've developed a suite of technologies for building micro-neighborhoods and small turnkey cities. With our technology, building a city for 200,000 residents with all infrastructure will take no more than 2 years. Moreover, homes in such a city will not only be several times less expensive and more comfortable than those offered by the contemporary market, but they will also meet modern international standards for energy efficiency. Our key invention is the technology to produce universal wall panels and use them to build monolithic prefabricated buildings. Using these panels, it only takes a crew of 10 workers 2 months to build a 10-story apartment building. The amount of heavy manual labor is also kept to a minimum, and the construction worker's job is centered primarily on loading and unloading crane cables. Modern construction technology makes it possible to get only bare walls, but we will build buildings with walls that are already finished, both internally and external. Our technology also makes it possible to build reliable, seismically secure buildings of up to 50 stories. This is accomplished thanks to the construction's monolithic nature, its light fencing walls, and the large number of columns along the perimeter of the building. The process of producing the panels is fully automated and requires minimal human participation. One small factory can produce approximately 3,000 panels per day, which is dozens of times greater than the production rate of Europe's most modern reinforced concrete factories. This is sufficient to build a 50,000 square meter apartment building every day, or 15 million square meters per year. Our technology's distinguishing characteristic is its use of thin, reusable plastic molds for casting reinforced wall panels. These plastic molds can be used hundreds of times, and once they're exhausted or become obsolete for technical reasons, they can be broken down into tiny plastic bits that can be used to make new molds. The ability to process plastic multiple times has allowed us to significantly reduce the cost of producing the panels. Our technology makes it possible to cast plates in virtually any shape, which significantly simplifies and speeds up their preparation and setup time. And thanks to our use of load-bearing columns in various cuts and numbers, we can build buildings with high numbers of stories, even in seismically active regions. Another advantage of our technology is its ability to use ordinary cargo vehicles to transport ready-made wall plates to construction sites. This allows us to avoid using expensive, specialized transport methods, thus significantly reducing transport costs. Incidentally, we've designed our wall panels in such a way that they can be produced anywhere in the world using various local raw materials. The panels can thus be made in a full line of varieties of light concrete, such as expanded clay concrete, cellular concrete, pumice concrete, vermiculite concrete, geofoam concrete, glass-reinforced concrete, and even concrete varieties that use microspheres, sawdust, splinters, hay, cellulose, felt, or even textile fibers. We can use all currently known varieties of thermal insulation, including liquid, particulate, and fiber insulation. A building constructed using our technology will thus be much less expensive than one built using other known methods. For example, a story with 800 square meters of floor space needs 40 reinforced columns, 40 panels, and 40 cornices, as well as 270 square meters of load-bearing walls, 36 windows and heating units, 1 electrical cabinet, and 800 square meters of concrete covering. Factoring in the costs of 2 elevators, 2 flights of stairs, and the foundation and roof, the cost of 1 square meter of living space is only $205. Given state-fixed prices for materials, the cost can be reduced to $150 per square meter of living space. With a price like this, 80% of the population of Russia will get a chance to own their own apartments. This will be a totally different country, a country with faith in its own future. Our wall panels are universal. Their thinness makes it possible to build buildings of incredible variety with various floor plans, which is not possible with traditional panel-based construction using large plates. Moreover, the facade portion of a panel is cast at the factory during the production process. This makes it possible to quickly and inexpensively change the type of panel and, with it, the appearance of a building to ensure a city's architectural variety. We have also developed and tested approximately 500 varieties of facades and balconies, which will make it possible to obtain an endless number of combinations for the appearances of buildings. Every architect knows that balconies are one of the most important parts of the shape of a facade. Balconies change the appearance of a building. Thanks to the large variety of balconies and panels, we can build thousands of cities, and none of them will look alike. We understand that one technology for quickly and inexpensively building buildings is not enough to build a city that is truly convenient to live in. That's why we've come up with a number of details that we would now like to discuss. We have worked out the infrastructure of our cities in detail in order to make sure we get the most efficient use possible out of every meter of usable space. We've designed more than 500 varieties of city plans. We can select an individual type of city for every region in the country that factors in the nuances of its climate, topography, and the unique culture of its inhabitants. Although every city plan is unique, all of them are balanced according to the same principles designed to ensure the ideal distribution of the population in the available area. Cities are divided into courtyards. In the middle of each courtyard is a modern school and kindergarten. The courtyards are equipped with underground two-level garages and parking areas. The transportation routes in the city are carefully planned in the same way to avoid traffic jams. There's an automated underground shipping line leading to each apartment building, allowing residents to send and receive medium-sized packages without leaving their apartments. In the city's downtown area is a multifunctional shopping, entertainment, and business complex containing offices, stores, consumer service providers, movie theaters, entertainment facilities, and, of course, coffee shops and restaurants. Among them are special instant service restaurants where customers can get cooked dishes within a minute of ordering thanks to full automation. At the edge of the city is a drive-through market, a store where customers can make purchases without getting out of their cars. We're confident that customers who don't want to spend a lot of time shopping will truly appreciate a store like this. The city is surrounded by a ring of multi-level greenhouses. The process of tending the crops is fully automated and requires no human participation. Thanks to their highly efficient use of space, these greenhouses will be able to provide the population with fresh fruits and vegetables all year round. Our technology makes it possible to quickly and inexpensively build entire micro-neighborhoods on a turnkey basis with all infrastructure needed for a fully comfortable modern human life. We are confident that the housing problem can only be solved by applying the technology we have developed in a holistic manner. We are counting on government participation in our project. We realize that beginning the process of building turnkey cities in full volume will be virtually impossible without it, since the scale of the undertaking is too great for a private initiative, and all the advantages of our technology will only be fully realized in the context of large-scale construction. Mr. President, using our technology, you'll be able to build dozens of new cities and micro-neighborhoods across the entire country in 5 to 7 years. And thanks to the low cost of construction, the record-breaking production speed of the panels, the enormous variety of facade solutions, the high reliability of monolithic apartment building construction, as well as the ability to use all known varieties of heating systems, the ability to build in any weather conditions, the ability to quickly establish the technology in Russian regions, and the high demand for inexpensive, high-quality housing, the project will not only necessitate the expenditure of government funds, but will also have a high rate of return. This could be realized practically in the following way. A state-owned company is created by presidential order with the exclusive goal of building turnkey cities. The company has a limited rate of return of 10% of its annual revenue and will be financially transparent, and all the key decisions will be made by the Department of Presidential Affairs, thereby eliminating the possibility of corruption and bureaucratic red tape. This approach to solving the housing problem is not new. For example, in Turkey, the construction of subsidized housing is performed by the company TOKI, which does not have access to any new technology. But thanks to direct government support, the right to conduct tender procedures and the availability of land, the homes built by this company have record-breaking low costs and are sold out in just a few hours. Our technology allows us to build homes at an even lower price, and thanks to the guarantees provided by the government, the need for construction credit will be reduced, and the self-financing principle will come into play. Our technologies assume the use of local raw materials, which also provides for the export of those materials to other countries. We are confident that the construction of turnkey cities is a promising international market in which Russia can play the leading role. Mr. President, we're counting on your personal support for this project. Only you can solve the greatest problem faced by millions of our fellow citizens who have never even dreamed of owning a comfortable, affordable home of their own. The construction of turnkey cities is truly a grand and historic step, and right now you are the only person in Russia who can truly take it. It goes without saying that the happiness of individual families and our entire nation begins precisely with decent housing. This is the greatest thing a president can do for his people, and if he can do it, he must do it. This is your motto.